Hey, I wanted to show you a few things that I found on our trip last week. I went to Shreveport and for our daughter's ordination. We're so proud of her. And then on the way, we stopped in Canton to check out our retreat venue. And of course, I popped into a thrift shop. So I thought it would be fun to show you some things that I find value in. And I haven't done these yet, but this was the first thing. I've bought a few of these. Is children's cardboard. See the heavy stock? And I've bought several because I think they would be really easy, quick journal. And because it's already bound, it's got nice thick pages. You could glue, you could paint, you could Mod Podge. And so that was the first thing I got, and it was 79 cents. So you can find these at thrift stores everywhere. People clean out their closets, and that is a nice collectible to have on site. And I think I do want to do a class eventually. So if you want to start collecting these. The second thing I found was I always look for art books or inspiration. And I found this beautiful The Realism Challenge by Mark Really. I've never used his work before, but I loved how realistic his art is and how he does shadowing. So if you ever come across this, I highly recommend it. I'm pretty picky about what books I pick up, but in the thrift store, you don't pay that much. But he does an amazing walkthrough of adding shadow. And so I was really impressed with that, how this looks like this. And I know it's an area that I need to improve on is adding shadow. So that's something to watch for. I know there's tons of artists, authors, books out there, but this one really caught my attention, and so I grabbed it and wanted to show y'all. I just think that's amazing. And I think that depth and shadow is something, like I said, I need to work on that to bring a little more dimension to my art. And this book was $1.99. And look, it was originally $19 and $19.99. And so that is don't forget to check the book sections. And then the other thing I found, I always look in the scrapbook craft section of thrift stores, and this caught my eye immediately because I love vintage, I love natural looking paper, and this just had a few pieces cut out of it, and I thought it's just right up my alley. I know I like bright colors, but I also love vintage, and that's okay. I've taken a lot of classes and websites. When you create a website, they're like, pick your niche, pick your niche, pick your niche. And I can't. I love it all. I love all forms of art and design. And so I mix it up. I do both. In this journal here, I have a lot. This was from the last Dwell retreat, and I had a lot of watercolor on ledgers and old letters and vintage, but then I'd bring in a piece of funky art. And in the very back, you can see my diversity, bright, bright, bright colors versus the vintage soft. And so just do what you love, do what you enjoy. But I love this paper. Just look at that. And like I said, I'm assuming it was whoever had this, cut out this one little piece. That's all I found missing. She might have used some whole pages. But scrapbook paper is costly, and I love how natural this looks, and it was 99 cents. So don't forget to check your thrift stores. Now, this wasn't from the thrift store, but I wanted to show you this find that was in Barnes & Noble because I went in there to find a magazine that my friend is featured in, and I didn't find it. So I ordered one, but check out whatever craft house Meg Jerkson has been featured in Where Women Create. And it's a beautiful article. I'm so proud of her, and go find it. Show her a little love. But this one caught my eye, and I had seen someone do post this online on social media, and I was just smitten with the pages. Um, it it wasn't thrift store prices, but I decided I would use everything on this cover in journaling or on backgrounds. And then it's such a beautiful magazine. I wouldn't even call it a magazine. I would call it, I don't know, scrapbook of sorts, but there's beautiful articles. This one was featuring a lot of spring and Easter stuff, and so much potential for scrapbooking or journaling. So I just thought it was fun. I couldn't resist it. And she's even got cute little bunnies and pretty scrapbook paper. So the way I look at it is I got 2 for 1, looking through a beautiful magazine with good articles and beautiful art, and then I will be able to multi-purpose in my art and my journaling. So check that out. That's a beautiful, look at the stamps. I can't wait to use those. Gorgeous. So those are some things I picked up on this trip. And then I wanted to give you a tip. I'm teaching Bible journaling here in Odessa in my home studio on Thursday night, this Thursday, what is that, 4th? May 4th. That may be May 2nd, sorry. I'm getting my days all mixed up. I've been out of town on 2 long distance trips in April, and they were all wonderful, but I have lost dates and mixed up dates. So what I wanted to show you is a method I saw online. You know, get inspiration online. It's not stealing. It's getting inspiration. It's learning new things and then apply them. Put your spin on it. And I'm going to do it in my journal. I want to finish this 10-book journal that I started at retreat. So I'll use a page in here. But all you need is a stencil. I keep trying to show over here. A stencil, and this one is Prima Marketing ink, and I love scroll work. So then you can see how gorgeous it looks on this ledger paper. And you'll need modeling paste. Some brands call it molding paste. But I'm calling modeling paste because this brand calls it that. And I get this at Hobby Lobby. And so you can see that it's pretty thick. It's like peanut butter. It's really creamy and thick. And then it dries to this consistency and texture. You can see the texture. Now the artist that did this, these were the colors I used, and so I'm going to change it up a bit in my book. I'm going to use the same stencil, and I'm not going to do the background, but as you can see, there's swatches of color. Oh, I'm going to. I thought I wasn't, but I'm going to take the time. Watercolors dry so fast. So I'm going to do it on this page right here. And let's use like a nice warm gold. Got a watercolor brush, some water, and a warm gold. And I think I'm going to make some swirls. So, like I said, these are all vintage hymn books. I had them in a closet for years, and I used them sometimes. I would just pull out one hymn to paint on. And then I decided this would be a really cute journal. And so I'll have another class on that. So I'll let that dry a little bit. And once again, we're using stencil, modeling paste. Kind of like that. Let's go with that one. So watercolor is already dry to touch, and I am going to use just a little bit on your palette knife, spread it on there, and it's going to leave a raised edge of this gorgeous rose pattern. It's okay if you miss some, leave it sporadic. Now you may be thinking, now how am I going to journal over that? I love the look of white lettering on some watercolor paper or cardstock, and then using a foam dot. You know, you could use torn edges, you could washi tape it. Now I'm just peeling this off. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. That is gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? So that's one method. And then this other method, of course, I mix the paint in with the modeling paste. And so today, I'm not going to do that, but I wanted to give you the idea and the tip. And next time, I'll show you with the colored one. Have a great day. Oh, hey, Tara. How are you? Hi, Robin. Hope it's going well. Okay, since y'all are here, I'm going to mix some color in one so you can see how that works. So I just take a paper plate, and modeling paste. Such an easy, fun project. And it's messy. Messy's fun, right, Tara? How are you, Robin? I'm trying to do more lives, girls. I'm trying to get better at being present. So I'm using this gold. I think it would be really pretty over that white rose. Shake it, shake it. This is just regular acrylic paint. And this texture is so gorgeous as part of your background on your canvases. And like I said, in your journal pages. I love layers and layers and layers of texture and color. And okay, so I'm going to do a different page. Let's do some of the scrapbook paper that I just bought. I like that natural color. And I'm going to put this scroll one on here. There's no limit. Don't limit yourself. I'm sorry about the glare. And I'm going to do the texture. Modeling paste, I should say. And you could do several colors. That would be really fun if I did a lime green or an orange. It would be a nice fall color. You can leave it thin in areas, thick in areas. Okay, let's see. Wow, isn't that pretty? That would be a great background. Okay, after you let that dry good, you could use your heat gun or a dryer, heat dryer. And then once it's good and dry, then you can take like watercolor, like a warm umber, and let that run over there, and that would seep around the edges. You can see here I brushed some white on it. You could highlight it, or you could add depth with a darker color. And then you have this great background. Good to see y'all. Thanks for popping in. I hope you learned a quick tip. And I hope to see you more. Like I said, I hope to be more regular. I'm still trying to learn lighting, videoing, and such. Any questions? Comments? Suggestions? Okay, I'll let y'all go. I hope to do these more, like I said, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have an amazing day. Bye.